Alright, we've got videos from around the world, so let's hit it right now. Take a look. Coming out of China, a series of lights or a massive craft. Alright, the video only lasts for a few moments. We would have liked to see it leave out of sight, but look, we're looking at it. It's the evidence. It's coming in, so we're sharing it. And we're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow lights and a bright white orb in the middle. Are we looking at a massive craft over the town somewhere in China? What the heck is going on here?
Yeah, Blake, this is pretty good. The quality is a little soft, I gotta admit, but the detail and the quality of just the sighting is impressive itself. We're seeing, like Blake just said, the series of lights with that bright illuminated white orb right in the middle of it. It almost has this triangular shaped craft look to it. You can see kind of maybe an edge around the left and the right side of it, creating maybe an effect of a full craft.
Yeah, are we looking at the hull of a craft? If this is indeed one massive UFO, I'd have to say it's at least, I don't know, half a football sized or a football stadium sized craft up there in the sky. Vector shape, unknown, some kind of possible TR-3B reverse engineered craft, or are we looking at something otherworldly? That's the big question. And I'm asking you right now, people from around the world tuning into this live premiere, what do you think it is? Now buckle up, we've got a lot more UFO videos in tonight, so let's roll the next one. Take a look. All right, we're gonna roll this once again, get some close-up enhancements. You can see the birds flying around. This thing is off at a distance. I don't think this is some kind of sunset. We're looking at something very, very strange. Is this some kind of natural weather phenomenon or some kind of portal off the horizon there? Incredible stuff. We're adding some brightness contrast right now to make whatever this thing pop, but look at the size of this thing. I would have to say this is one of the most massive UFO sightings I've seen. This has to be at least the size of a building.
Yeah, or maybe much larger. If that's at the crest of the ocean as the circumference of the Earth turns, we're seeing basically something at the far distance. And something's right in the foreground, this circular formation in front of the light. And then you see these two kind of other dots on the top left and right of it too as well. It's very curious. Again, this video was captured on the coast of China off a cruise ship, and we're looking at something that baffles the mind. Again, could this just be natural phenomenon? It could be, and definitely this is worth sharing because we love natural phenomenon that nobody's ever seen on the planet, and this one's executing that.
You know, when I'm looking at these UFO sightings coming in from around the world, it seems that there's a rise in the phenomenon right now, and it's going on 24/7, and it's hard to explain what exactly is going on. That's the purpose of Third Phase of Moon. We're sharing you videos that we really can't explain. We're speculating here. We're not experts. We're just experts at delivering you the fastest UFO videos coming in as people shoot it across our skies. And we're looking at something that, again, can't be explained. Guys, do you have any opinions? Please leave your comments and let us know what you think it is, because right now we're looking at something, again, like I said, very strange. I don't think, again, this is a sunset and maybe a cloud blocking off the sun, creating this illusion. What we're looking at is some kind of, I don't know, an energy form. And it's bright, it's massive, and again, it's off at a distance. And like you said, around the circumference of the Earth, this has to be miles out, and this has to be massive. I don't know, 300, 500 feet, maybe even taller. It's hard to it's hard to tell, but it's quite amazing. Now, more UFO videos coming into third phase of moon. Let's roll the next one right now. Take a look at this.
There it is. I got it. I got it. It's gone again. I got it.
All right, let's get a closer look. Whatever this craft is, it's moving extremely fast. Look at this. It undulates up and down, kind of disappears behind the cloud layer, and it is extremely bright. This isn't some kind of meteor. And look at it. Did it just change directions?
Me quieren. Se preocupan por mí. Por eso cuando hago pis fuera del arenero o me peleo.
Again, the performance of this vehicle, if it is intelligently designed, it is extraordinary. This is something straight out of the UAP UFO files that are unexplained. Congress needs to be asking bigger questions, bringing forth better videos. So far, we've only seen the Tic Tac, the gimbal, the Go Fast. Third Phase Moon has put out tens of thousands of videos captured by people like you around the world, and we're sharing again something that can't be explained. Look at the illumination on this craft. It kind of undulates, disappears behind the clouds. Are we looking at some ball lightning here, or are we looking at something extraterrestrial, Brent?
Yeah, that's a big question right there. What I like about this sighting is you could see as this thing kind of traverses from left to right, it almost ramps up the speed and it picks up the motion, and you can see it right there go behind the clouds. And then it does this incredible bank right at the end where it just kind of just freezes and stops. You could almost see this kind of like apparition or like wings on the side of it, some sort of like just distortion behind this ball of light. There it goes. It stops, stalls, and then here it comes, and then it just banks straight to the left. It's incredible. I just love this because we're seeing capabilities here that it's kind of it's just unidentified. We don't know what it is. Could it be some sort of high performance drone? If it's so far up there banking up against the clouds, this thing's pretty far away and it's moving extremely fast.
Yeah, I'm having to speculate here as it kind of reversed its direction. If there were an occupant within this craft, it would have been slammed up against the wall, or even the craft itself would have deconstructed under the pressure. So we're looking at something that seemingly defies the laws of physics. And when we add a little bit of brightness, contrast, and a little bit of sepia color, this thing really pops. But like you said, Brent, there are these little appendages that almost seem like they're wings. But again, it's just hard to say. Let me pull up the enhanced version of this right now. Did you guys see that? It almost had this shadow effect of wings on the bottom and top of it, but then it just faded out. So it's just very bizarre what we're looking at. And again, the flight performance of this craft is mind-boggling. So again, like we say right here at Third Phase of Moon, it's unexplained. And guys, if you have any opinions, please let's hear it. And again, this brightness, contrast, sepia color really shows this illuminated craft. You see the appendage kind of move up and down. It almost seems lifelike, almost like a life form, biological. It's hard to say. Now let's get to the next video coming in. Guys, behold more of the phenomenon happening right now.
What in the Chevrolet fuck is that?
All right, we're gonna play it in reverse. Did you just see what we thought we saw? Look at this thing. It seems that a transformer blew out. We have this electrical disturbance on the power line, and what people are observing here, people are stating that they're looking at some kind of angelic being with wings. Is this some pareidolia going on and a lens flare? Probably. But again, it is incredible what we're looking at. It almost seems that there's a figure up there holding a staff. You can see the arm, you can see the figure, and then its wings spread out like an angel.
Yeah, let's take a look at this again. There you go. You see the sparks off the line, and the bam, everything just disappears. Let's watch this again as this phenomenon appears on camera. There it is. And like you can see the wings, it looks like a wing effect. Could it be maybe a prism off the lens itself? Maybe kind of like a lens flare reflecting off the light that we're seeing. Or I could just throw this out there too. I'm maybe a little skeptical on this, because when we see the object or the figure itself, it has a little jitter, and I'm not sure, is this attached via After Effects or is this the real deal?
I don't know, Brent. I'm looking at this pretty closely. It seems that there is a flicker effect, but it's consistent with this electrical energy charge skipping across the lines, and it's flickering pretty much at the exact same time as the charge of electricity is creating this burst of power. And the refractions of wings with the iridescence, it seems pretty legitimate here. Again, are we looking at something biblical or something otherworldly? I don't know. It's just, again, very strange what we're looking at. And with this kind of heavy power of current through the lines, it could be creating this an illusion of an angelic being skimming across the lines.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's play it in reverse again. I do believe that what we're seeing here, the effect of the power line having a discharge, is in fact 100% real. I'm still leaning on this. Again, this figure could have been superimposed into the shot, but if it's not, then we're looking at something real special that needs to be shared. Definitely.
Hola, ¿quizás has encargado una robot asistente Rozu?
People are going to look into this and say this is some sort of a biblical or angelic being, maybe an angel appearing in the sky above those power lines. Or could it just be a pareidolia effect and some sort of electricity sparking and creating this illusion in camera?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Brett. I think it's in-house, and you could hear from the person's reaction that they're like, what the heck did I just see? Because people are out there, they're looking for lightning, maybe there was some kind of electrical disturbance, got the person's attention, they started filming, then bam, this happened, and the transformer blows out, and the surge of power creates this illusion. And sometimes maybe some people might say that there's different realms of these beings that are surrounding us every day, and are we looking at something, again, paranormal or biblical, or again, maybe just something natural, and it just has this look of an angelic being with these wings spread out right now. Okay, let's watch this once again. It's a security camera, obviously, and what people are stating is that there's some kind of animal that morphs into a human being, all caught on this security cam. And we're looking at it. We're going to get some close-up enhancements. Again, a lot of bizarre stuff going on around the world. You can see, let's get a close-up. You can see the iridescence of the eyes of some kind of animal, maybe a dog, a big cat, and then it morphs into this walking humanoid figure, just kind of walking up the street, stumbling along. Very ominous, very strange. Are we looking at some kind of man that can transform back and forth to an animal? I don't know. It's strange, and people are speculating that.
Viewed this footage believe that the higher powers are perfectly capable of pulling off such tricks. Yet, there's no solid evidence to support such claims. Running away. This odd video was filmed by a passenger who looked out the window for the beautiful view, but witnessed this harrowing scene instead. This saucer-shaped aircraft was hovering right beside their plane, and it almost felt like it was stalking the people on board. Just a few minutes later, as it realized it was being filmed, some strange black smoke appeared on the scene out of nowhere, and then it ran away. Many believe that this smoke was emitted by the aircraft for distracting the people and getting a safe window for escape. But no one knows for sure. I guess some things are better left unsolved. Flying by. A pilot was flying from an area just like he did every other day, but this time things were about to get weirdly out of hand. He recorded this odd object zooming past his aircraft, and then it disappeared from the scene. It had a weirdly elongated build and small flaps on both sides. Now, I'm no expert, but I don't think any normal aircraft is supposed to look like that. Although we all have the typical theory of UFOs, there is a different possibility as well. It could have been a weather balloon flying with the fast winds. UFO encounter. If a pilot leaves everything and starts recording an aircraft, then it has to be something extraordinary. This man was soaring above the clouds when he noticed a dark object floating in the air. He had no idea what it was, and just as he got a bit closer, this peculiar shape revealed itself. Now, I don't know about you, but it oddly resembles the typical UFOs we've seen so far. The pilot himself was not sure what he was looking at all, but the online viewers were convinced that we were being visited by these extraterrestrial beings. Ready for abduction. Driving home from a remote location got a lot more spookier for a person when he realized he had company, and not just any company, the extraterrestrial one. These mysterious lights appeared in the sky, almost looking like they belonged to a triangular spaceship. Now, I know it sounds a bit weird, but what else can you make of this video? The driver was even convinced that this was a giant mothership ready to get somewhere for abducting people. I guess these aliens thought they could easily make food from our world. He was lucky to safely drive away. Flying saucer. While flying over the beautiful clouds, one of the passengers peeked out only to be shaken to their core. This aircraft was moving right beside their plane, and it had the most odd shape they had ever seen. Isn't it just like those we've seen in the movies? The triangular shape and dark color had everyone on board wondering if they were indeed getting followed by an alien technology. Sadly, not much was known regarding the location of this sighting. Who knows? It could be our government hiding the truth from the world. Cigar-shaped UFO. Locals from Spain managed to capture the clearest video of a cylindrical object plummeting from the sky. Unlike those blurry videos we've seen so far, this one managed to capture every single detail of the aircraft, and it clearly showed that it was no ordinary sight for these people. Another similar object was viewed in the skies of England, and this one was more stationary. Although these videos are short, they were enough to get an idea of what could be present in our world. Floating away.
Never seen no shit like that.
This video will have you double-checking even the clouds in the sky. A local noticed one of the clouds behaving rather odd, as it was transforming its shape like it was no big deal. This thing moved through the area in the most haunting way possible and left everyone wondering if they were in the presence of an alien. I know it doesn't look like the typical creepy ones we've seen in the movies, but who knows what they really look like? What are your thoughts on this bizarre clip? Flying man.
We have no idea what it is, but it doesn't look like an airplane or anything.
Two friends were playing football in the open field when they noticed a rather peculiar sight in the sky far off in the distance. The man zoomed in to reveal something looking like a person moving through the sky at a steady pace.
I mean, it literally just looks like a person's floating through the air.
While many were thinking that this could have been a weather balloon, here are some reasons that it clearly was not that. Judging by the distance between the object, it had to be quite big in size, and the humanoid silhouette signifies a rather different thing. So, could it really be an alien life on our planet? Share your thoughts below. Dropping down. Tired of the blurry videos all over the internet? Here's something to change that for you. The source of this clip is unknown, and many believe that the higher authorities had managed to keep it hidden. But it was clear that this UAP was spotted by residents of an ordinary neighborhood, and they were shocked to witness an object in their skies that resembled a UFO so perfectly. Now, this was either a drone specially made to prank or scare people, or extraterrestrial life actually visiting us. Flying together. Window seats, and the view from there sounds fun until you spot an extraterrestrial object flying right next to you. I know it sounds almost impossible, but a flight passenger actually witnessed it. As they peeked out from their window, this tic-tac-shaped aircraft was flying right beside their plane, and it looked like it was following them. This thing was zapping in and out of existence, and that's where the passenger realized it was not a normal plane. Well, who knew the skies are used by beings other than us humans? Flying humanoid. Residents of Russia had a rather strange day when they spotted this bizarre humanoid aimlessly floating in the sky. It almost looked like this thing was searching the grounds for something. The onlookers were left speechless, and they could only take their cameras out to capture a glimpse of this bizarre entity. Now, in case you're wondering what this was, I have some theories from the online world. According to one, this could be an extraterrestrial creature stuck in our realm. Now, that's one out-of-this-world statement. Or it could just be a helium balloon specifically made to mess around with people. Chasing discs. A beautiful sunset was taken over by the eerie presence of disc-shaped aircrafts, and the onlookers had no clue what was going on. They could just take their cameras out and record the whole scene, wondering if it was really the UFOs we've all heard about. Far off on the horizon, even a jet airplane was visible. Now, there are several theories related to this sighting. Some state that these were extraterrestrial entities, and the jet was making sure they didn't mess around. And others related these to high-quality military technology that was hidden from the public. These are all just theories, and no one knows the truth for sure.
Dom, are you seeing this?
Tower of Light. Residents at Shenyang, China noticed a bright light emitting from the top of a building, and they quickly took their phones out to capture this sight. Many even started calling it the revelation of Jesus Christ, and that he was here to save humanity from the doom we had put ourselves into. Although it was a religious sign for many, there were still some skeptics that came forward with a different approach. According to them, this was actually the sun's light refracting because of all the smog in the atmosphere. But since when did the sun start shining blue? Whatever this incident was, still no one has been able to crack its mystery. If you have any answers, share in the comments below. Teleportation. A man was flying his drone in the mountains of Georges du Verdon, France, and while he was hoping to witness the beautiful scenery, his camera captured an unexplainable sight. This tiny cylindrical object zapped through the area and then vanished within the mountains. It was almost unbelievable to actually look at this thing. A closer inspection revealed that the object was actually the ever-famous Tic Tac shape aircraft. Its teleportation abilities further deepen the questions we all have regarding their existence. Trumpet sounds. In 2016, people of Jerusalem had a rather horrifying experience when they started hearing sounds of trumpets from the sky. And as they rushed to see what was going on, they witnessed this circular ring of clouds right above them in the sky. Many even started calling these signs of the ending times. Some even went as far as calling the huge circle a portal that would start sending information out of our world. Crazy, right? Well, no need to be worried about it. This was most probably Mother Nature's doing. Plane abduction. A Malaysian flight MH370 was on its way from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing, but it was lost somewhere in the middle and never made it to the destination. In the last 10 years, the governments and multiple private agencies have tried to find it, but they got no answers. Surprisingly, a lost video got leaked on the internet that showed a new perspective to this disappearance. It showed 3 circular orbs that were moving around the plane, and within a few minutes, it vanished from the scene. Although it might sound weird, skeptics believe that the plane was abducted by some alien forces. This is why, even after a decade, no one has been able to find where it is. Leaving Earth. A man claimed that his house was visited by aliens, and surprisingly, he had a video to prove these claims. He shared this clip online, and it shocked everyone. It was an actual triangular aircraft with the most bizarre light hovering over his house. This thing stayed there for several minutes, and once its visit was complete, the alien aircraft opened up a light portal and started moving through it to teleport back to where it came from. Now, there are mixed reviews about its authenticity, but if he really filmed this thing, it had to be one of the best pieces of evidence I've seen so far. Ready for abduction. Circular shape, green lights, and an eerie presence. That clearly qualifies as a typical UFO. This video was captured by a man who had gone out for a walk and was seen hoping to have some peaceful time. Instead, he got to witness this otherworldly sight. Now, I know it looks too good to be true, but the eyewitnesses swore to actually watch this whole scene unfold right in front of them. There is a possibility that someone was playing a prank on them by building a drone shaped like a UFO. But if we look at it from an open mind, anything is possible in this vast universe. Beaming lights. Some locals headed out in their backyard to get fresh air and were shocked to see these lights beaming just above their house. This was no ordinary sight. The light orbs were somehow dividing further into different sections. Now, it really couldn't be some plane, as the movement of lights were far too random for that. The eyewitnesses, on the other hand, were sure that they were in the presence of a UFO scanning their area. and who knows what it wanted from there. Straight line. We've all heard about the existence of aliens and their spaceships, and although most of the video evidence is filmed with a potato, some locals from China shared their experience, and it was as clear as day. These odd balls connected by a streak of light were seen moving upwards, and there was only one thing people could think about: aliens. If you take a close look at the video, these lights perfectly match the descriptions we've had for alien aircrafts. But here's the thing: these might just have been flares, or the military testing out a new technology. You decide whether it was extraterrestrial or not. Metapod UFO. This footage was not so stable, but it was referred to as one of the best pieces of evidence of higher intelligence. Some locals from Spain filmed the whole scene when this object was seen plummeting from the sky in the most bizarre manner. It rotated in its place and had this unusual shape of a pod that did not resemble any normal man-made aircraft. What's even more interesting is that there seems to be some lights coming from the center that could mean that something or someone was operating the vessel. This video evidence got a lot of attention online and had turned many into believers of extraterrestrial life. Chaos in night. In March 2018, the sky baffled even the newscasters. During a live transmission, the team was checking footage from one of the cameras present on the highest towers when they noticed these odd streams moving all over the place in every direction. Even these people here were left questioning what this sighting could be. Fireworks? Or indeed alien ships cruising through our skies? Well, so far no answers have come forward to solve this mystery. But as far as I can tell, these things do not belong to our world. Changing lights. A normal night of beautiful cloudy weather turned into a nightmarish mystery for some people when they noticed what was happening in the sky right above them. In the start, it looks like an ordinary light, right? Well, wait till they start moving all over the place. Yeah, this is where things get odd. If you're looking for some answers, here are some possibilities to consider. It could all be a hologram set up for a light show in the area, or the spirits of the deceased. Well, these are two completely different ways of looking at this bizarre video, and I think I'll be going with the first option. Multiple sightings.
I think I know what they are.
These are not just some ordinary stars in the sky, it's something no one would have imagined to witness. Homeowners in London came out to their balconies